Welcome to Pilates circuits. That's what we're doing today. All right, so you're gonna grab a blanket for your knees and or for your hips if you need it, a small Pilates ball or something to squeeze for the inner thighs if that helps you maintain that stability and control. Otherwise, just work at your own pace, but we are doing it by time and we'll go through several rounds. So you get warmed up the first round, second round, maybe start adding a little more on. Third round will be your best round. So come on over to the mat. We'll start in tabletop position, just with our first move, but also like a little warm up. So finding your tabletop here, hands right underneath the shoulders, drawing ribs up and in, and starting by taking opposite arm reach. So just take that moment to reach it out, really stay stable through the hips. And again, making sure your ribs and your hips are kind of connected here without creating a big dip in your lower back. Okay, so inhale, reach, bring it down. But really using your glutes to lift that leg behind you and then push it out. Just a couple more here. And we're going to come all the way back down and onto your back. So roll it all the way back, taking the legs up. Now you can keep your knees softly bent or all the way straight, and we'll just take one leg at a time, dropping it down. Single straight leg stretch. Inhale, exhale. First variation would be more of a bent knee. You could take this option if the hamstrings are a little tight today. Last option is to take the legs straight and lift the shoulders and head. Make sure you're breathing, relaxing through the shoulders from the ears. Just two more. And then last one, bring the knees in. You can have your head down or up. We're going to drop both feet to the floor, double leg drop, and back up. Be mindful here. Take one hand right across the pelvic belly space from hip to hip and make sure that you're not allowing two things to happen. One, your belly should not dome out when the legs drop. You should keep it pulled kind of tightly towards center, and the hips do not rock. Okay? So everything stays steady. It's just your legs moving from the hinge at your hips. So you got about 10 seconds more. Head can be down or lifted with the shoulders elevated. Let's take one more and hold it here. Reach the hands out to the end of the mat. Float the shoulders up, beginning your hundreds. Deep breath. Once again, you could squeeze your knees into an item like a ball, softball, or a yoga block, even a rolled up hand towel. Or just keep the knees pressing together. Next variation, straightening out the legs and then taking your toes and your knees, rotating them out. Begin to lower them down a little at a time, increasing the intensity. We're just slapping water with your arms. Arms nice and straight, active. Two more, inhale, exhale, last breath. And now bring the knees in, hands beside your head. Lift up, cross over, a little crisscross, straighten the opposite side and come back. If you feel like you're just kind of still getting warmed up, you could drop one toe down. Deep breath, exhale, cross. Anytime you need a break, just take a quick break, but come back to the movement. We will break in between each round just for a few moments. Got a few more movements to do before that break. Okay, 8 seconds, you've got it. Give me one more crisscross. And then back to center. Bring the knees toward chest just a bit. Recline back and rotate. So you can squeeze the knees together or squeeze an item between the knees. So one way or the other, I want you to make sure your inner thighs are engaged and you're keeping your legs pulled towards center. Inhale over, exhale back to center. Nice and controlled. You could start to straighten one leg as you twist to the opposite side and then the other. Just keep those thighs pulled close together or squeezing an item. One more, and then just roll yourself all the way over to that side. Press it up. Ready for a little side plank hip dip. So finding one side, I'm going to reset that time for us. There we go. All right, so finding one side, knee can be down. We're going to inhale, lift the hip up, then lower it down. So you could have both legs straight or just practice here with the one knee down, first variation. Elbow can be slightly elevated onto a higher surface and making sure that you don't collapse into the elbow that's underneath your ear. Okay, so make sure there's a lot of space here. Lifting and lowering. You know, if we're doing it on this side, we're going to do it on the second side. So 10 seconds more, and then we switch sides. Lift, lower down. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and switch. So one knee can be on the floor. Rock that shoulder back, lift the hip, lower it down. Oh, good. Making sure that you're not allowing that shoulder to move past your elbow. You're just lifting and lowering from the waist. Inhale, just barely tap the floor when you come down, and then back up you go. You've got about 15 more seconds. Doing great. Make sure you're breathing, shoulders relax back, tail slightly to the back of your legs. You've got that connection still in the front body. 3, 2, and 1. Now flip it all the way over and we'll find a full plank variation. So hands or elbows depending on your wrist and how you feel here. And do a little toe tap out to the side and alternate. Just continue to breathe. If you feel like you need to take your hands on a higher space, to put your hands on a coffee table or a sturdy chair nearby. Trying to keep the rest of your body super steady and still. Your hips are down, staying in your plank, just tapping from side to side. 3, 2, 1, drop it down. We're going to come all the way down to the elbows now. So you can stay on the knees or on the toes with a little plank twist. So rotating hips only. Shoulders stay nice and steady. You can take your feet a little wider. Just see what feels right for you. And again, this could always be done elevated. So if you'd like your forearms on a higher space, you can take that option as well. Really close. You've got about 10 seconds. We'll take a quick break and we'll start it all over again. Okay, so continue here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Awesome work. Send yourself back into a nice big child's pose. Stretch it out. Take a break. You need to shake out the wrist or do some shoulder circles. Just kind of swing the arms around a little bit. Getting ready back for your spinal balance again. So moving into that tabletop position. You've got about 20 seconds of rest left. We'll get right to it. So give yourself that break. Refresh, restore, get a little break there. Go ahead. When you're ready, start finding your position. Rock the shoulders. Pull up through the center. Get ready, and 3, 2, 1. Spinal balance, reach and bring it down. Exhale and bring it back. Inhale, reach, exhale down. Good, very nice. Making sure, again, check back in with the front body and the back body at the same time. So making sure you don't feel kind of a dip in your low back or the front body disengaging. So the space between your ribs and your hips staying really nice and firm. Give me just one more each side. Ooh, that one was a little wobbly. Back down now. Roll it all the way back. Single leg stretch.
Shoulders can float or not. Inhale and exhale. So imagine you're just kind of making those little scissor type legs, passing midway along the way. Inhale, exhale. Shoulders staying down. Everything else is being mindful that you're not putting too much energy in the other parts of your body. Okay, so just moving your legs, knees can be bent, shoulders can relax to the floor, head could be down as well. Just a couple more. And back to center. Now, knees can stay bent or straight here, moving back into that double leg drop. Reach it down and pull it up. If you start to work towards straight legs and you're not going to break them or bring them down too far, that's okay. Maintain control. It's just going to increase the load the longer your legs are. Inhale. Exhale. Once again, you could place a hand across the belly space, just making sure that you're not kind of pushing out through the abs, doming up the belly. You want to make it feel like you're kind of trying to flatten it out as those legs drop. Just one more. Pause. Hundreds here. Sweep the arms toward the end of the mat. Bend the knees, first variation, and start to pump. Blow out the breath like you're blowing out a candle that's up there on your toes. Second variation, legs straight, rotate, toes and knees out, and begin to drop your legs down to a level that you can hold, but you have to really focus to hold it here. Reach out through inner leg line. Just a few more seconds, you've got it. Big deep breath, blow it out. Last breath. Hands go right beside the head. Crisscross. One knee in, opposite leg out. Once again, I know we're going from one thing to another. It can be quite demanding and challenging. So if you need to modify, but you want to continue to move, go back to that foot to the floor version. If you want to rock up a little higher, and really start to tap in to both internal and external obliques, that's another great option. Just try not to rock your whole body. So we're just rotating from your waist, keeping your hips steady as you can. Come on, just a few more. 3, 2, 1. Rest back. Arms out and bring those knees together. Reclining twist. Almost feels like a break at this point. Deep breath. Rotating. You've got it. Now keep those knees pulled together or squeeze into an item, a ball, a block, whatever it might be. Taking one leg, stretching it toward the opposite side. That's one additional variation to create more load for your twist, or both legs beginning to straighten out. This will definitely put more load towards your midsection, so be mindful. Last one, and then roll yourself all the way up. We're going onto one side for our plank hip dip. So side plank hip dip. Find your variation here. Again, on the knee, or if you want to start to practice on the straight leg on the side of your foot. You could also place that foot up against a wall just to push into something, give you some feedback. Always looking for the top variation for yourself. Challenging, but being able to do the work. On 10 seconds, almost there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, good job, 1. Bring it down. Swap over to the other side. Bent knee down to the floor or straighten the legs. Lift and lower. Such a great, effective move. I want you to just think about lifting and lowering your hip. Try to keep your upper body steady. You still have that girdle sensation around your waist, pulling in rather than pushing out. Just a few more seconds, almost there. Keep breathing. I'm gonna swap my feet on that one. Okay, so if you feel like you're rolling back too much, and your legs are straight, just swap your feet. Last one. And all the way back around. Here we go, back to plank with a toe tap. Find your plank position. Hands can be elevated. And if you can bring your toe up a little further this time, try that. I want you to keep your hips down, ribs pulled in, slight, not quite tuck, but a drop of your tailbone to the back of your legs. Keeping your shoulders super steady. Almost there. Come on. You've got it. 10 seconds. You can do anything. 10 seconds. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. You're on your elbows. Straighten the knees. Or just do the variation where you're on your knees and you can still drop your hips from side to side. Just again, you're decreasing that lever, so you're taking less load to the situation. Make sure you're pushing into your forearms. We don't want to collapse between the shoulders. Try to keep the hips pretty level, so not lifting way up. 10 seconds again. Come on, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Awesome work. All right, take a second here. Lift up, push yourself all the way back, and rest. Awesome work. All right, you can always take your hands back behind you and give your chest a little stretch. We did some great work there, just isometric holds and such for our chest as well. Getting ready for your spinal balance in about 20 seconds. So take a break. If you need water, take water. If you want to get up, walk around, shake it out. Okay, this is your last round. It's going to be your best round. All right, here we go. Spinal balance. Now we're going to add a little something to our spinal balance. I want you to follow along with me. Okay, taking just the right arm, left leg, reach it out. Now bring it under for a little crunch. Take it out, same side. Bring it under. Inhale. Exhale. You got it. Inhale, reach. Exhale, under. Switch sides. Swap it. Go over to the left arm, right leg. Whichever side you're on, just make sure that it is opposite. We don't want that additional challenge of balance doing both sides at the same time. Inhale, reach. 10 seconds, you got it. Come on, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it back. All right, single leg, straight leg stretch. And go. Shoulders can be back all the way on the floor. Head can be down, but you are engaging through the transverse abdominis, so making sure your girdle muscles are engaged. Relax those shoulders if you're lifted. Imagine that you're trying to kind of create a nice little flat band around your belly space rather than pushing it out. Come on, 8 seconds, you've got it. And 3, 2, 1, legs together, double leg drop. First variation, knees bent. Second variation, long straight legs. Last variation, reaching up, hollow hold, bring it back. This can be done with any of the leg variations that I've given you. Okay, inhale, exhale, reach, exhale. Give it a little hollow hold and reach. Good job. Come on, almost there. So I have to put my head down for a second. It's all right. Make sure those ribs are pulling down. You've got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Hundreds here. Lowering the legs to the level that you can hold. Inhale. Zip up. Rotate out through your knees and your toes if your legs are straight. See if you can begin to lower them down just a little bit. Deep breath, check back in, pull down, and like you're gonna zip up from the inside. Come on, 15 seconds, this is it. Lower. Come on, you can do it, lower. A little bit lower now. And rest. Woo. Bring those hands behind the head, crisscross, here we go. This is your last round, it's your best round. Give yourself that moment of gratitude for showing up today, for doing something that you might not have done if I wasn't asking you to do it. But you got here. Everything else is just you doing what you can. Trying to lift that chest up and over, rotate, 10 seconds. Then we get almost a break with a reclining twist. Come on, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Resting back, reclining twist. Here we go. Bent knees completely or anywhere from one leg straight to both legs almost straight, depending on your hamstring flexibility and also your core control and how your spine feels. So just check in with yourself, see how you're feeling here, but do try to squeeze those knees into either each other or into an item. You're already almost there. 15 seconds. Going right into hip dips from that plank, side plank. So roll this next one all the way over and press yourself up into your side plank, hip dip. Here we go. Lift, lower down. So it can be one knee on the floor, bottom knee on the floor, or both legs straight. Good. Now you can have one leg staggered in front of the other, or both legs stacked on top of each other. Really challenging your balance here, but you're definitely dropping your tail slightly down, ribs are in, like your back is all along a wall. Just sliding up and down. So close, 10 seconds. Create that space between your ear and your shoulder. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Find your plank, side plank, and it could be elevated. Does not have to be all the way on the floor. If you want to put that elbow onto a higher surface. Just try not to lean back. We're staying stacked. So close. You're over halfway. This is your last time here. 15 seconds. You've got it. Make sure there's no tension in your neck. Look down if you're finding tension in your neck. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way over to plank. And here we go. Now continue with just a little toe tap out to the side, or we do a little spider plank with knee up towards your tricep. Try not to shift too much in those. So, meaning don't swing to the opposite side, okay? Just stay as steady as you can, driving your knee up towards your triceps. So close. Come on, you got 15 seconds. You have one move left, and that's it. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, this is it. Elbow plank with a twist. Let's get down here. Ready? And go. Make sure that those forearms are planted. You're pushing up between the shoulder blades a little bit. You could even take your hands and just slightly pull them apart. And this may increase your base for your arms where you're holding yourself. Also engaging some muscles under your arms a little more. Come on, almost there. We got it. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it. Woo, all right. Rest here for a second.
Elbows are out, bend the knees. And we're just gonna sweep the feet side to side. Such good work, such a short time. All right, got that heart rate up. There's no jumping involved. Okay, keep your right arm planted. Bring the other hand back slightly by your shoulder line. Bend the left leg and just kind of flip it slightly over and drop that toe to the floor. So you're gonna stretch the right side of your chest and just give yourself a nice little twist here, opening up. We're gonna switch sides, come back to center. So left arm is out, slide your right hand back, bend the right knee, and flip your head so that you're resting on your left cheek. And rotate. Last breath. Bring it back to center. Lift up. Press yourself back into a big child's pose. Stretch it out. Let's come back up to seated. So making your way into a seated position. Let me turn our timer off. All right. Sitting up tall, we'll find the mermaid here. Okay, all of that, we have to have a mermaid to go with it. So if you want to mirror me, you'll take your left leg forward, right leg back. If it bothers your knee, just straighten that leg. So follow your intuition here. Left arm sweeps up, reach over from the waist. And then all the way back up, over, and give it a little stretch and a reach, and then twist. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, reach. Inhale. Exhale, give it a twist. Coming up, one more stretch over to the side. Continuing back into your side stretch, over to the left and a twist. Staying here if you like, or just walking yourself around to the front, getting a deeper stretch for your inner thigh and your hip. Come back up, switching sides. So just swap the legs here. Deep breath in, try to drop the hip down and take the right arm, reaching it up. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, over. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, reach. Inhale. Exhale, give it a twist. And last one here. So again, you could stay over on the side or decide if you want to come forward into a little forward bend over the front thigh. You can always straighten out the back leg once more. So walk it back up. Find seated, some variation of comfortable seated position. Okay, so it can be cross-legged or legs stacked. And we'll take a little twist. Left hand crossing over, right hand behind. Back to center, to the other side. And then back all the way to center. Sweep those arms up. Hands meet at the center, right down to your Pilates Rockstar Center. So you did a great job today. Thanks for showing up and being here. Yeah.